Hey folks, today I exercised. I worked out. It was a great workout. I loved it. It was really exhausting when I did it, but a few hours later, I feel great. I really do. I feel amazing. It was a fantastic workout. I think it's exactly what I need in order to be a better sailor. Now, for the folks out there that may not know, I sail competitively. I try to sail competitively. Generally speaking, I'm on the bottom of the list, but I love it. Sailing has been something that's inspired me to get in better shape, to lose some weight, and to become more physically fit. I work out to be a better sailor, to be a better competitive sailor. A few years ago, I was watching this guy named Jeff Cavaliere at athlenex.com. As a matter of fact, he's one of the reasons that I think I really even got into YouTube in the first place. His videos and a guy named Leo from Norway who takes pop music and turns it into heavy metal were the two channels I think I subscribed to first. You know, fantastic music and training advice for a guy that desperately needed some training advice. Anyway, I ended up buying one of Jeff's workout programs, and it was great. It was good. It was fine. But it wasn't really what I needed it to be. And when I watched his videos are awesome. They're very instructive. They're very informative. But they didn't really meet my needs either. What finally did it for me wasn't taking one of his pre-made programs, but rather taking everything that I learned from him and from other fitness programs on YouTube and the stuff that I know as a basketball coach, creating something for myself. See, as a sailor, I need strength and endurance. I don't need to be able to throw, 50 pounds of weight around. I'm able to sheet in and hold things where they need to be held, but it's a matter of duration. So I need to build up my endurance to do the physically demanding things. I need to be able to build up my endurance in order to lean myself off the side of the boat to keep the boat flat. That's incredibly important, oddly enough. And the program that I got from Jeff just didn't give me the things that I needed in that sense. Plus, there was also my preferences in how I was going to work out and when I was going to work out. And again, yes, he's an expert. I'm incredibly knowledgeable. But I also needed something that was going to keep my interest. Does that mean I throw out everything he says? Absolutely not. It means that I take what he says and I find new ways of applying it. From a theological perspective, and this could actually be completely exercise-induced neurosis or psychosis. I'm not sure which. But what it made me think of is the church. We've got all these churches all over the place that are all trying to guide us in the same direction. They're all trying to bring us closer to God. Through Jesus Christ, they're all trying to bring us closer to God. They're all somewhat formulaic. There's a particular liturgy. There's a particular way they go about things. There's a particular theology they follow. There's a particular pattern they follow. There are particular rules and guidelines that they follow. And while those are great, as an Anglican, the Anglican way is a wonderful way. It's nice. It's broader than most. It has rules of conduct, rules of faith to follow. It has practice and practical applications, not only in our prayer life and in our worship life, but also in our life in the world. But even as an Anglican priest, it doesn't do everything for me. It doesn't give me everything I desire. I need to step outside of that sometimes. And that is okay. There's this thing that I've mentioned in the past called the regula fidei, the rule of faith. And the rule of faith gives us the barriers, the boundaries of our Christian theology. And so long as we find ourselves within that rule of faith as Christians, we're okay. we're on side. But that rule of faith is again, it's not narrow. It is incredibly broad. It is incredibly encompassing. It's wonderfully complementary and supplementary to our lives. And so even though we may have a tradition that we love, even though we may have a church that we love going to, even though there may be pastors and teachers that we love listening to, that teach us, that feed us, that give us so much, it's also okay for us to research around, to look around, and to research other avenues, to explore other things. And not that we would abandon what we have, but rather apply these new understandings and these new teachings to what we have, so that we could have a broader understanding of what's available to us. We would have a broader set of tools at our disposal through this walk of faith that we're on. Jeff's programs are incredible. Many, many, many thousands of people swear by them. His teaching is amazing. I swear by that. Now, I don't know the man personally, but from what I've gathered by watching his stuff and by listening to, by reading the reviews and by that kind of thing, he's a person that knows his business. Did it work perfectly for me? It didn't. But by taking what he taught me, I was able to come up with something that does. I don't ever want anybody to think that my way is the only way. For some it will fit. I don't want anybody to ever think that my church's way is the only way. For some, it will fit perfectly. For all of us, as we walk this journey, I really believe it's so incredibly important for us to have many influences, all of them informing us as we walk this journey. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face be made to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord's countenance be lifted up to you, and may you always know the peace of being in the Lord's presence. And I pray that we will explore willingly and courageously the wide breadth of Christianity to find those things, those paths, those understandings, those teachings that will inform our way forward, that will help draw us closer to the one who made us. Amen.